Alright, man, you read the title. Ain't no intro needed. When our favorite fighters drop the bag. But before we get into that, make sure to follow my other channel, Can't Get Right on YouTube. Alright, man, one of our favorite fighters that dropped the bag is Petr Yan versus Aljamain Sterling 2. One, his low output style in the first rounds, like his style, he makes his reads in the first rounds and then he opens up. They kind of bit him in his ass, bro. Not even gonna lie, bro, because he just got out hustled. He got outworked by Aljamain Sterling by just simply just output. You know what I'm saying? Just boom, boom, couple shots here, couple shots there, and just got out hustled, man. Yeah, and in the third round, man, he basically gave the fight to Aljo on a silver platter. He was like, man, here you go. I'm just joking. But basically, he rushed to get up, man. He rushed to get up and gave his back to Aljo. And it secured the fight for him because he did win the first round on output, and he was on his back in the second round. So that was, I believe it could have been a 10-8. Off the top of my head, right? But whenever in the third round, when he tried to rush to get up and gave his back, like giving your back to Aljamain Sterling, but turning your back to Aljamain Sterling, like come on now, and that literally just secured the fight for him. 3 rounds banked. All Aljamain Sterling had to do was survive because he already won the first round by output, the second round by you know what I'm saying grinding him out, being on his back and shit like that. And now whenever Yan tried to rush out by giving his back up, he just tried to rush out of the grappling exchanges off the mat, right? And turned his back, and that's all she wrote, man. That was what that's the fight, man. Of course, Yan did try to lock in on the last rounds, try to finish him, try to make it look good for the judges, but it wasn't enough, man. Aljo already had those 3 rounds banked, and all he needed to do was survive. You could even see, like, bro, Sterling smiling, bro, because he already knew, bro. He's like, this is my position. Got the body triangle and everything. Like, come on now. And also, bro, there's this, like, I'd say misconception or a false narrative, bro. Like, I remember, because people were salty, bro. They didn't want Aljo to win, bro. And, of course, they just want to root for Yan. But they try to make this narrative, bro, where, oh, it just so happens that Aljamain Sterling landed on his back and then he just stood there and just did nothing. Like, he just stayed on his back for dear life, hoping, you know what I'm saying, trying to hold that position and hoping that the ref doesn't come in. But that's, like I said, it's just a false, representation of how the fight went. Like, he took him down. He also got his back. He literally worked and grinded the win. Like, he did what he was supposed to. He won it on output in the first rounds and then dominated him the second round. And then he just grinded him out, man. He just grinded him out, and he did what he had to do, bro. Like, all right, man. Another example of one of our favorite fighters dropped the bag was Charles versus Arman, bro. The reason is because it was a similar matchup to Islam Makhachev. Like, this was the fight to prove that he made adjustments. He could come back and beat Islam, and you know what I'm saying, be what all the MMA fans hoped for. But we didn't really get that. We got a different version of Charles Oliveira. Like, in here I put an uninspiring performance because not a good game plan. Just let him cook on the feet. You know, he was backpedaling, not being the Charles Oliveira that we know when it comes to the stand-up. You know what I'm saying? And the Islam fight, he's still putting himself in the fire, going forward. In every other fight, Justin Gaethje, he doesn't wear. He's always going forward. And the fight before that with Beneil Dariush, like all those other fights, he locked in and just, oh yeah, I'm going in the fire because that's his fight style. That's only way. That's literally the only way he knows how to fight. Because to be honest, he don't really know how to fight backwards, bro. Like, he just being a high guard, he was basically a sitting target, bro, or a backpedaling target, you could say. And he just let him cook. May seem very disrespectful, bro, to Charles fans, but bro, I'm a fan of Charles. But you gotta admit, it was an uninspiring performance. There's something about like these jiu-jitsu guys that they just don't know that when you're on bottom, bro, you're losing, bro. You're losing the fight. You can, like, I feel like Charles Oliveira, he's too content with being on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Or not being on the ground, being on bottom. Being on the bottom position on the ground, you're losing the fight. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying, oh, if he would have just realized that and known that, then he could have just got up. You know what I'm saying? I know Arman was controlling him, but come on, bro. Like, you gotta, like, when you're on bottom, you're losing, bro. But I'm just saying, like, with some fighters, they're too content with being on bottom. Like, I get it, but, like, being too content, when you're just basically just giving them the round, bro. And it's like, come on now. Just like I said, just let him cook. Bad game plan, uninspiring performance. That was the fight to prove something. That was the fight to really get your title back. But he just like let it slip through his hands by being on bottom because it was a very close fight. He almost finished it twice. But yeah, man, it was just uninspiring, man. Sad to say. Let's get to the next fighter. Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev, man. It was just it sucked, man. Not the fight, but he proved the doubters right. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like Ali Abdelaziz, bro, bro. He like talking about, oh, he's a manufactured champion, like. Oh, bro, the fickle fans gone, bro. Like, bro, and I can go on a whole rant about the whole what Ali Abdelaziz said, bro. And I will, bro. Basically, how you gonna call him a manufactured champion whenever in the light heavyweight division when he already put in his work in the middleweight division? Of course, he did get fast track in the middleweight division, but he beat Adesanya. He beat Ashawn Strickland. He went up a weight class and beat a Jan Blachowicz. They had the fucking grit battle. He beat them, bro. So how you gonna call Alex Pereira a manufactured champion, bro? Just because he's loved by the fans and there's some morons, bro, like just well, hype train Glazers. That's really what it is, bro. Because whenever Alex Pereira was on top, they loved him, bro. But now that he's fallen, oh yeah, he's a bum, and you know what I'm saying? Ankalaev, he's the guy, bro. Just trend and wave riders, bro. Like they're gonna say like, bro, he beat Jamal in his title run. He beat Jamal Hill. Khalil Roundtree beat Anthony Smith and got a title shot. But it's like, dude, he was saving events. He like his reign is very like it's legit, bro. People try to discredit his reign because it's like yeah he's doing anything to avoid Magomed Ankalaev, but it's like get real, bro. Like it was Magomed Ankalaev that wasn't getting to the cage, and Alex Pereira was the one stepping up on short notice. But yeah, man, people love to bring up that Jamal Hill title defense because Jamal Hill is not really seen as elite, even though he was a former champion. But people like to discredit Jamal Hill as well. But I mean, I guess it's a little bit understandable. But they try to discredit Alex Pereira's whole title reign just because he fought Jamal Hill. But they don't realize he stepped up, bro. He's the one who stepped up on short notice to fight Jamal Hill, which he's still a former champion, bro. He's still a rated title defense. I know he's not the most craziest elite in the light heavyweight division, but he's still got it, bro. He's still got it, bro. No diss to him, but also he stepped up to fight Yuri Prohaska, bro. How you want to discredit his title reign, bro? And Khalil Roundtree, he's a beast, bro. Like, of course, we didn't know that at the time, due to his like resume, but he is still a beast. Like, people who can like with the eye test knew that Khalil was something to be rated, you know, and he stepped up, and like, bro, man. But like I said, he proved. Let's get back into the actual video. He just proved the fickle fans right, bro, and it's just ass, bro. But another reason the way he dropped the bag was just a terrible game plan. He did respect Magomed Ankalaev too much. Like he did not let his hands go. He basically just Adesanya maxing, backpedaling, right? And he can fight backwards, right? Like look what he did with Sean Strickland, set him up nicely. Oh, that was just, bro, my bad. But I just remember that shit, bro. That was perfect, bro. Body jab, body jab. But where are your hands at? If you want to backpedal, backpedal. You know what I'm saying? Like that cost him a lot in his fight because I really think if he went forward more often, he would have gained more respect from Magomed Ankalaev. But dude, bro, that Abdelaziz, whatever the nigga's name is, bro, comment, bro, still fucking pissing me off, bro. Because these, like I said, people are just fickle, bro. I hate fickle MMA fans, bro. But yeah, man, if you just go forward, like I said, he just tried to backpedal the whole time. But when he sat down on a shot, when he wanted to jab him, he found his jab. He hit him hard with the jab. If he wanted to, and also he was very slow, man. Like I watch ITP MMA's video about Alex Pereira's fame got to his head. It was low key. He's low key spitting, bro. Like fucking like I said, he was a heavyweight, bro. He's in there like a heavyweight, bro. He was heavy as shit and slow. You know what I'm saying? Like he was way slower. He was touring all around the world, and he had a lot of respect for Magomed in the cage, but outside the cage, it didn't seem like he could give two fucks about Magomed, bro. Like, it seems like he was already retired, bro. That's why I think Magomed's going to defeat him in this next fight, because Alex Pereira is basically retired, bro. If he loses, he's going to retire, or go up to heavyweight, and then, and then retire soon after. Like, probably have 1 or 2 fights at heavyweight and retire. But yeah, man, Adesanya Maxson didn't let his hands go, and when he did let his hands go, he found success, but, like, he was slower, and Magomed is pretty fast, but I do think that he wasn't as conditioned, right? Watch Chael Sonnen made a video about it as well, about him touring all the way across the world and just not being as conditioned as he would be. Yeah, bro, call it cope all you want, bro, but I do believe that, bro. I do believe that contributed factor to his speed and his reaction time. All right, let's go to our next fight, Sean versus Merab, bro. And you may say that I'm being, I guess, hypocritical, or it doesn't make sense that I'm saying Alex gave Magomed too much respect, but like, bro, Alex did stuff all of his takedowns, so like, let your hands go, but we may say it's like hypocritical, I guess, saying that Sean gave him no respect. Bro, he gave Merab not enough respect, bro, because he really thought, like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go out there and KO him. But basically, like, bro, he literally just, I'm going to go and KO him. He looked for a highlight reel for the first 2 rounds, but literally just trying to highlight reel him, bro. It's like, bro, slow it down a bit. Like, realize what Merab was doing, bro. He was just in all the way out or all the way in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if their game plan switched, then Sean O'Malley would have won that fight. I really do. Like, Sean O'Malley can beat Merab, bro. That may sound like cope, but, like, that's really just the truth, right? Because, look, in Sean O'Malley versus Aljamain Sterling, bro, Sean O'Malley mainly focused on footwork. He had a broken rib, right? He said, if I get touched, then it's over, right? Because he couldn't grapple that whole camp. Sean O'Malley mainly focused on footwork and not getting touched. He was being patient, right? Look, rewatch that fight. In the first rounds, they're like, what do we even score, right? Because it was low output, right? Low output from both. Sean O'Malley was just, that footwork was amazing, bro. Like I said, he mainly focused on that footwork, and it forced Aljamain Sterling to just be stubborn and overextend. He was like, bro, I got to get to this guy, bro. So he threw a naked right hand, and boom, there we go. Sean O'Malley cracked him. That's all she wrote, right? Why, when you're facing a similar matchup, you just throw, like, caution to the wind, and just like, yeah, let me just KO this guy. Like, I don't know. It just seemed like a hint of arrogance, bro, because, like, dude, he literally just gamed Aljamain Sterling, bro, in his, when he won the title. Like, footwork, not getting touched. I mean, he did get, like, almost, he stuffed his takedown. I would say he did get touched, but pause. But he defended the takedowns, you know what I'm saying? But the whole fight, he was just, like, focusing on his footwork, changing different angles, and exiting, right? And yeah, so like I said, it just don't make sense, bro. He just did not give Marab no respect. He literally just thought like, yeah, I'm gonna just KO him the first 2 rounds, bro, and it backfired on him. And also, you may say like, oh, you're rooting for Sean O'Malley versus Marab. Like, how are you gonna root for Sean O'Malley? But it's like, dude, how can you not root for Sean O'Malley, bro? If you say you weren't rooting for Sean O'Malley, then bro, you're just you're a lame, bro. You're one of those nerds, bro. Like, of course, like I like Marab now, but oh man, like come on now. If you're voting for Marab over Sean O'Malley at that time, then you gotta get real, bro. You're either just lying or trying to be a fake hardcore, bro. That's just a fact of that's just a fact of it, bro. I'm sorry I gotta tell you, bro. Alrighty, man, we're going to our next fighter, Robert Whitaker versus Reinier de Ridder. Now I like both of these fighters, right? But of course I know there's always those people who want to see the former champion Robert Whitaker, like the cool guy, former champion, get another win on his way out. You know what I'm saying? Because do you feel like if he would have won that fight, he would have retired? Because I mean, maybe, man. I don't know. Like retirement's coming soon for this guy, bro. Like so, basically, he let the round slip by, mainly in the last round, by just getting grinded out on the cage, bro. Like he just couldn't get off the cage. Like I said, when I say he just let it slip by, like I'm not saying like he just couldn't do anything about it. You know what I'm saying? He was. That's just the simple of it. Like he just couldn't get out of it. I'm not saying he just let Reinier de Ridder hold him up against the cage, but like I said, that's what solidified Reinier de Ridder's win, right? And to be honest, when I was first watching it, I really thought that high kick, that signature Robert Whitaker high kick, like that's his thing, bro. Like that would have been there, bro. Because what Reinier de Ridder was doing every time he exited, dude, literally every time he fucking exited, bro, he was like angling off to the side, right? And I'm like, why is he angling off to that side, bro? Like a head kick is gonna be there, bro. I feel like Robert Whitaker could have made that read or whatever, but I mean, I'm not in the fight, so I don't really know. But whenever I was watching it live, I was like, damn, that could be like a foreshadowing of what's to come. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the way he was he was exiting the same way every single time and just going up in a straight line and angling off to the side, and it like just goofy, bro. You know what I'm saying? And let's lock this really what sold the fight for him, bro. Like, cause he could have finished RDR. Boom! Hit him, bro. Overhand. Right on the chin, right? He rocked him. He's down. Like, boom, jelly, right? He went down. And the thing is, he jumped straight into his guard, bro. Like, bro, Robert Whitaker was, like, this close, bro. He was literally this close from finishing RDR. But he didn't pass his guard and establish control and really rained him down. He just kind of got a little bit overzealous. Because, like, look at, I mean, I can't blame him, bro. Like, I can't blame him. Because it's like, dude, he dropped. He's dead, bro. And he did land him some crazy ground and pound shots. Like, but yeah, he was this close to finishing him and just got a bit overzealous, didn't pass the guard, and just jumped straight into it. Like, he landed some good ground and pound shots, like I said, but, like he was so close, bro. He was so close. Like I said, I just can't blame him because he was out, bro. Like, but like I said, to be fair, RDR has a crazy chin, bro. Like, how the fuck did he survive that, bro? I have to bleep that out. But yeah, let's get into our next fighter, bro. Buckley versus Usman, bro. I like Usman, right? But I wasn't rooting it for him in this fight. I really like Buckley way over Usman, right? I like Usman because he has a solid legacy, and also he also seems like a cool guy in most situations. He seems like, oh, he's just a chill, funny dude. He just, you know what I'm saying, he may be smelling his farts every once in a while, but like, I mean, former champion, like one of the best to do it in modern era. So it's like, hey man, it's whatever, man. But the reason I just can't get behind Usman as much is the whole like Adesanya DDP thing. He was kind of adding a bit fuel to the fire, bro. So it was like, man, I can't really root for this guy too much. But I respect Usman. There we go. I like Usman. I respect him. But I don't know. It's just I can't always get behind Usman, if you know what I'm saying. I was rooting for Buckley. He seems like a cool dude, like very new up-and-comer guy. You know what I'm saying? The new guard of welterweight. So it's like, I wanted Buckley to win, bro. But of course I'm happy that Usman won. It was cool and shit like that. But at the time, I was rooting for Buckley. Now, how he sold the fight, this may sound like cope or whatever, but even in his video, he said, like, reacting to his fight, like, he was just watching Usman, you know what I'm saying? In the stare down, he was like, man, I'll really fight Kamaru Usman. I mean, shit, man, people always talk about the bright lights, man. Like, it literally seemed like, yeah, the bright lights were too bright for him, I guess, man. But it wasn't just because the lights were too bright. Obviously, Usman, he was the better fighter, man. Buckley could not get up. And Usman did what he did, bro. So, but like I'm saying, it was Buckley's like perfect progressive matchup to prove his level. You know what I'm saying? He beat a Wonder Boy, right? And then beat Colby Covington. You know what I'm saying? Bro, he's the ultimate gritster, bro. That's why I really fuck with Buckley, bro. He's a hustler. He's a gritster in the cage, bro. He always tries to really put it on his opponents. I love his pace. Like, he's a cool fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's a very like a hustler in the cage, and he's a cool guy outside of the cage. You know what I'm saying? He's like literally, I can't even say more about that. Like, he's just a cool guy outside of the cage, and it was a perfect progressive matchup. Colby Covington to Kamaru Usman. Now, I'm not saying at this time they're like, but I'm not saying that Colby Covington is like just like one centimeter away from Kamaru Usman. But that's what I'm saying, progressive. I do think like obviously they had their wars back in the day, right? But yeah, I feel like Kamaru Usman now is just way better than Colby Covington now. I don't say way better, but he's showed and proved himself that he's better than Colby Covington, man. He just all right. Let's get to our next fighter, man. Corey Sandhagen versus T.J. Dillashaw. I low-key could have put Corey versus Umar in here as well, but let's just go Corey versus T.J. The thing is, he just didn't do enough for the judges and couldn't get off the cage, man. That sucks, man, because that's really what disappointing, bro. Whenever somebody can't get off the cage, that sucks, bro, because like somebody takes a round off of holding them in the cage, man. That really does suck. I ain't gonna lie, but it was apparently he just didn't do enough for the judges, bro. Even though he did, I mean, man, it's a close fight, but I really do think Corey won that, bro. I might have to rewatch it again and again, but I do think Corey won that fight, bro. Especially, but he definitely won it off of damage, like no doubt about that. He definitely won that off of damage. But he just couldn't get off the cage, man, and TJ took those rounds. It really was the worst outcome of this fight because no Corey versus Aljo too. Like, dude, the storyline for that would be fucking perfect. Like, that was literally the perfect thing, bro. But man, bro. And then TJ got this title shot against Aljamain Sterling. TJ got it, right? But dude had one arm, bro. He literally dislocated his shoulder in the first sequences of the fucking fight, bro. And yeah, man, it stained Aljo's legacy and his title reign because it was TJ was one of his title defenses that with one arm. So, man, it's literally the worst outcome, bro. And bro, TJ, why'd you have to do that, bro? TJ Dillashaw, why did you have to do that, bro? Stubborn fucking fuck, bro. Cocky bastard too, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. He's like, yeah, I was 100% sure I was gonna beat him, like with one fucking arm, bro. Like falling off during camp, bro. Like, and then on top of that, in the cage, like, oh my gosh. But to be honest, you can't really say TJ with Corey, was the one who dropped the bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't really say that. The judges low-key fucked him over, but it's still shit. It was what it was, man, and it was just disappointing. You know what I'm saying? Worst outcome, and this is the last part of the video. This is the end of the video, man. I'm gonna give it a little bit of time left, so like you can just go ahead and find like another video or like an ad doesn't play. But just follow my other channel, dude, please. I do cover everything, media, music, like anything. But that's just gonna be my channel where I can just do what I want, and I'm going to be mainly streaming on that channel as well. Like I'll stream on this channel, but when it comes to MMA things, right? But on the other channel, dude, I'll stream music events, gaming, just talking, bro, and voice chat. Do some debates. Like I'll do anything on that channel, bro. So we can have some fun over there. Just come over there, man, for real.